హాయ్ ఫ్రెండ్స్, ఐఎమ్ నర్సింగ్. మీరు చూస్తున్నారు ఆర్పిఎస్ క్రియేషన్స్ యూట్యూబ్ ఛానల్.
Namaste, welcome to Spoken English class, Basics in English Grammar. We are discussing about the verb, and that some subtopics are there. The participle. Hearing the noise, the boy woke up. The word hearing qualifies the noun boy as an adjective does. So it is formed from the verb hear and governs an object. The word hearing therefore partakes the nature of both a verb and an adjective and is called a participle. It may be called a verbal adjective. So participle definition is: a participle is that form of the verb which partakes the nature of both a verb and an objective. Or a participle is a word which is partly a verb and partly an adjective. Hearing the noise, the boy woke up. Here, hearing, the word hearing is the participle. Some more examples are that the man seems worried. He kept me waiting. The errors in the use of participle: standing at the gate, a scorpion stung me. Here, if you observe this sentence, it is not correct, as it is the sentence reads as the scorpion was standing at the gate. Correction for this sentence is: standing at the gate, he was stung by a scorpion. Or while he was standing at the gate, a scorpion stung him. When we went up the hill, we saw an old temple. Entering the room, I found the light quite dazzling. Or when I entered the room, the light was quite dazzling. So this is the participle in such cases is called an impersonal absolute. And next one, that is subtopic, is here gerund, the gerund. Reading is his favorite pastime. Playing cards is not allowed here. I like reading poetry. He is fond of hoarding money. So here in these sentences, reading, playing, all these, though they are verbs by adding ing, but here they work as subject, that is noun only. A gerund is that form of a verb which ends in ing and hence has the force of a noun and a verb. A gerund is that form of the verb which ends in ing and has the force of a noun and verb. Here reading is his favorite pastime, and here reading is called gerund. It is acting like noun. Some more examples are there. Teach me to swim. To see is to believe. Seeing is believing. Giving is better than receiving. These are some more examples for gerund. The use of the gerund is: a gerund being a verb noun may be used as subject of the verb. That is, seeing is believing. Hunting deer is not allowed in this country. Second model is object of a transitive verb. Stop playing. Children love making mud castles. I like reading poetry. And one more case, object as of a preposition. I am tired of waiting. He is fond of swimming. He was punished for telling a lie. And next, a complement of a verb. As a complement of a verb, what I most detest is smoking. Absolutely, as playing cards being his aversion, he did not play a bridge. Here, these are the examples for uses of gerund. He was found fighting desperately for his wife. He has ruined his sight by reading small print. Hearing the noise, he ran to the window. He saw a clown standing on his head. Walking on the grass is forbidden. Jumping over the fence, the thief escaped. So in these sentences, here fighting and reading, hearing, standing. All these are noun verbs, that is gerunds. Example for gerunds. Next subtopic is irregular verbs. Irregular verbs can be regular and irregular. Regular verbs form their past tense and past participle by adding ed. Walk, walked, walked. Laugh, laughed, laughed. Irregular verbs form their past tense and past participle in a different way from adding ed. Sit, sat, sat. Ring, rang, rung. Come, came, come. Cut, cut, cut. We distinguish three types of irregular verbs. Verbs in which all three forms are the same. That is cut, cut, cut. Verbs in which two of the three forms are same. Example, sit, sat, sat. Verbs in which all the three forms are different. Ring, rang, rung. So there are three types in irregular verbs. Some more examples are given. You please try to read once. For examples for all the three forms are same. Bet, bet, bet. Cost, cost, cost. Hit, hit, hit. Put, put, put. Read, read. Read. Spelling is same, but read, read, read. Okay. And next two forms of the two of the forms are the same. Become, became, become. Buy, bought, bought. Come, came, come. All three forms are different. Be, was, been. Begin, began, begun. Drive, drove, driven. Drink, drank, drunk. These are the examples of irregular verbs. Next subtopic is auxiliaries and modals. The verbs be or am, is, was, etc. have and do. We used with ordinary verbs to make tenses, passive forms, questions and negatives are called auxiliary verbs or auxiliaries. Auxiliary means helping verbs. That is be for all the be forms: am, is, was, and have and do. The verbs can, could, may, might, will, would, shall, should, must, and ought are called modal verbs or modals. modals. They are used before ordinary verbs and express meanings such as permissions, possibility, certainty, and necessity. Need and dare can sometimes be used like modal verbs. Need and dare. Modals are often included in the group of auxiliaries. In some grammars, they are called modal auxiliaries. The modals can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, would, must, and ought are termed detective verbs because some parts are wanting in them. They have no's. In the third person singular, they have no infinitive and ing forms. The auxiliary be is used as he is working, he was writing, in the form of continuous tenses. He is working, he was writing. In the formation of the passive, as the gate was opened, here be followed by the infinitive is used to indicate a plan, arrangement, or an agreement. To indicate a plan, arrangement, or agreement. I am to see him tomorrow. We are to be married next month. Next, to denote command. You are to write your name or at the top of each sheet of paper. Mother says you are to go to market at once. Next, be is used in the past tense with the perfect infinitive to indicate an arrangement that was made but not carried out. They were to have been married last month but had to postpone the marriage until June. Auxiliary verb, that is helping verb, is have. The auxiliary have is used in the formation of the perfect tense. He has worked, he has been working. Have to is used with the infinitive to indicate obligation. Just like I have to be there by 5 o'clock. He has to move the furniture himself. The past form had to is used to express obligation in the past. I had to be there by 5 o'clock. I had to move the furniture himself. He had to move the furniture himself. The negatives and questions have to and had to are used with do, does, did, as. They have to go. They don't have to go. Do they have to go? Next auxiliary verb is do. To form the negative or enter an interrogative of the simple present and simple past tense of auxiliary verbs. He doesn't work. He did not work. Does he work or did he work? To avoid repetition of the previous auxiliary verbs. Do you know him? Yes, I do. She sings well. Yes, she does. You met him, didn't you? Like this. Do is also used to emphasize the affirmative nature of a sentence. You do look pale. I told him not to go, but he did go. Next auxiliary verbs, helping verbs are can, could, may, might. Modals these are. Can usually express ability or capacity. I can swim across the river. He can work this sum. Can and may are also used to express permission. May is rather formal. You can go now. May I borrow your umbrella? Or can I borrow your umbrella? May is used to express possibility in affirmative sentences. Can is used in the corresponding interrogative and negative sentences. It may rain tomorrow. He may be at home. Can this be true? It cannot be true. Compare it cannot be true with I may not be true. Cannot denotes impossibility, while may not denotes improbability. In every formal English, may is used to express a wish. May you live happily and long. May success attend you. May I come in? Okay. Could and might are also used as the past equivalents of can and may. I could swim across the river when I was young. I thought he might be at home. Next, could, as in the first example above, expresses only ability to do an act, but not the performance of an act. We should use was or were able to for ability plus action in the past. Example, when the boat was upset, we were able to swim in the bank. Next modal, that is might, is also used to express a degree of dissatisfaction or a reproach. You might pay a little more attention to your appearance. Note the use of can, could, may and might with the perfect infinitive. Next, shall, should, will, would. Shall is used in the first person and will in all the persons to express your pure future. Today, I shall is less common. Okay, I or we shall is less common than I or we will. Here examples are there. I will be 25 next birthday. We will need the money on 15th. When shall we see you again? Next, will. Will is used to express I will carry your books. I will try to do better next time. I will succeed or die in the attempt. Or characteristics, habits. I will talk about nothing but films. He will talk about nothing but films. She will sit for hours listening. Next, assumptions or possibility. He will. This will be the book you want, I suppose. That will be the postman, I think. These are the examples for the uses of will, shall. One more, that is must and ought to. Must is used to express necessity or obligation. You must improve your spelling. We must get up early. Yesterday we had to get up early. Here must refers to the present or the near future. To talk about the past, we use had to also instead of must. Must can be also express logical certainty. Living in such crowded conditions must be difficult. Ought to express moral obligation or desirability. We ought to love our neighbors. We ought to help him. We ought to know better. Ought to can also be used to express probability. Prices ought to come down. This book ought to be very useful. Next one, used to, need and dare. There used to be a house here. I used to live there when I was a boy. Next one, he need not go. I need hardly take his help. Do you need to go now? I don't need to meet him. These are the examples for need to used. Used to, need and dare. The auxiliary used to express a discontinued habit. Okay, please practice the questions from the exercise and try to discuss among yourselves and clarify the doubts. Hope you understood the topic verb and its subtopics, types of verbs, tenses and all other topics, and we will be back with a new topic in the next class. Till then, all the best.
సో ఈ వీడియోని మీకు నచ్చినట్టయితే లైక్ చేయండి, షేర్ చేయండి, ఛానల్ సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేసి పక్కన ఉన్న బెల్ ఐకాన్ క్లిక్ చేయండి. అండ్ అలానే మీరు CFW గ్రూప్లో జాయిన్ అవ్వాలనుకుంటే కామెంట్ సెక్షన్లో మీకు ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఉంటే SI ఇంట్రెస్ట్ అని కామెంట్ చేసినట్టయితే మిమ్మల్ని కాంటాక్ట్ అయ్యి గ్రూప్లో అయితే యాడ్ చేస్తాం.